Hello everybody, I'm Londa, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome! I'm going to move my chair a bit, if it wants to work. Well, today I have a different craft, one I didn't show on my channel yet, because this is the first time I've been working on this. This is a paper craft called Peramano. It is, maybe you recognize it. Here we go. This is one of the bottles with the logo. I don't know if it's called different in other countries, but that is at least one of the colors I am working with today. This one is, I'll show you the right way up. This is my mermaid from Kel's Crafts Mermaid Along. Well, anything mermaid along, I should say. So she's like a bit of a fairy mermaid. I have adjusted the pattern a little bit, because this is the original. I thought I liked it more like this than this, and I am making, or at least I'm planning to give her a little bit of scales. Scales is the word, I think. Well, at least the thing that fish also have on their body. You probably know what I mean, but yeah, my English isn't always the best. So sometimes I will be struggling to find my words. I'm sorry, can't help it. For the part that I'm doing now, I am working on the back. And let's get my brushes. Let's get this one. I haven't done this in 7 or 8 years. So yeah, I hope I still got it. But I can't promise anything. It can be that it's going to look like complete. So let's shake the bottles really well first. Shake, shake, shake. Shake that bottle. Don't mind my singing. Or, well, in case you can call it singing. I hope my paint is still good, because as you can see, it is like this one. The label is almost off, so yeah. Let's see. I have the Tinta Perla, or Perla. I think this is a how do you call it? Like a pearl kind of shine. Come on, get out. Ooh, that's thick. I think I didn't shake it well enough. I thought the other one was a little bit, well, kind of the same. Because I'm using two colors that are both the same. One is 16 and the other one is 16N. And the 16N should be like a pearl kind of shimmer to it. But it can be that as my colors are so old, oh, come on, get out of here. Okay, I need to get a needle or something. Okay, just leave that there for now. Oh, come on. Knowing me, as soon as it's in a little bit is coming out, it sprays like everywhere, and I can probably almost start over at my tray. Okay, if it isn't going to work now, I'm just going another one. Because lucky for me, I did bulk buy these because most of these are like secondhand, so those were cheaper for me when I started this craft, so I got those. Let's see. This is the same color, so I knew I had one of these, but I thought let's first grab the oldest before it goes bad all. So here's the same, also the yellow, also color number 16. Let's hope this one works along better. Oh, come on! That's better. Oh, it does work. We have those two, and then I'm also using a little bit of a different color. This is the ochre. This is color number 5. Ooh. Okay. That was a little bit more liquid than I anticipated. Oh well. As long as it works. We're just trying to make something out of it. I am going to test try this first, because otherwise, knowing me... No, I only need this one over here, because, well, yeah. That's the only thing, if it is a little bit more liquid than you anticipated. It did run through a little bit more. I hope it will work. This is how the colors kinda gonna work out. So let's hope for the best. It is for her hair, so it's just a little... I thought doing it all one color was like, nah. So I just thought, let's do it a little bit different. I'm going to move my paper like this, because knowing me, this will not go well. Lucky for me, because I am working on the back, it isn't bad if I color over the lines. Simply because the lines are on the front. So that is basically why I am working on the back always. I think it will work out. Then once I have done this part, I will get my other stuff from it, and I will try to do some embossing with it, so that makes it also look a little bit more white. So I'm trying to blend it, but I haven't done this in years, so my blending skills aren't the best anymore, so... It's just like with coloring. Well, it basically is coloring with, but done with paint, so... If you haven't done it in like a long time, like me, you get rusty. Kinda looks okay, I think, I hope. I have done better. That's the thing, I can assure you. but because the paint is for my liking, yeah, I'm sorry, because of the curls I am moving everywhere. But with me having done this like in a long time, I'm basically out of practice, so I'm just trying to get at least the same colors in like the same waves, so that it at least looks a little bit natural-ish, as long as possible. But yeah, I might not succeed in that part. But yeah, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Are you also joining Gal in her Anything Mermaid along? Or haven't you heard of it before? Or have you? Because I'm curious, like how many people from my tiny channel are also familiar with her. Or are you now here because of the Mermaid Challenge? That's also possible. If you are, I hope you like my tiny channel and will decide to stick along for a little bit longer. Most of the times I do diamond painting. I also do some other crafts. I did do it more regularly, but lately it's became more of a chore to do different things. So I was like, nope, not going to force myself to do something, even though I do like it, don't get me wrong. But I'm not planning on forcing myself to do things just because I have to for YouTube. So I'm not planning on doing that. So that's why I decided to just do a little bit less. But yeah, if you watch from my older videos, you see I have done baking, which I love, but yeah, with only doing it in the evening for like a couple of hours, it isn't always planning out. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the table completely, but yeah, if you have been here before, you might know this isn't my usual place to work, because I am in my basement. Don't know if I have already said that, because my brain is a little bit fried today. Did do a little bit too much. But yeah, it's like freezing here, so I'm not going to make this a really long video. I'm planning on, well, only doing the hair and then call it a day. At least for down here. It's going to look, it's blending better. A little bit more orange in some parts, a little bit more yellow in others. Just the way I was planning on doing. Turns out it works out better than I thought. Didn't expect that. I thought it would be a right mess. Obviously, in the parts like around the edges, I do need to be careful because I don't want to color her face yellow. Yellow blonde-ish hair is fine. Yellow blonde-ish face isn't, so trying my best. Need to decide when she's done if I like it, but I am my own worst critic, so yeah. That might also be part of why I haven't done this in like a long time. Because the last time I did it, I actually made a card for when our nephew was born. And I wasn't happy with how it turned out. Oh shoot. I colored her mouth. Oh, sorry. That's the reason why, well, one of the reasons I have paper tissues laying around. I at least can try to minimize the damage. I do. But yeah, the last times I did this, it wasn't my greatest work. I wasn't really proud of it, so... Because that was like the first part, well, the first time I made anything without one of the original patterns. There are like a number of books on this stuff. But they're, at least in my opinion, a little bit, well, old school. I want to say old school, dated, whatever you want to call it, but not quite my style anymore, so yeah, needed to change too much. So yeah, that didn't work out the way I wanted, so yeah. The only thing now is to kind of find out which parts are where, which one needs to be a little bit more orange than the others, but I'm just winging it. It's mermaid, she can be colorful. That's the beauty with mermaids, they can have so many colors. You can't go wrong in coloring a mermaid, in my opinion at least. So I was thinking of making her a little bit blonde orange in colors of hair. And I'm thinking of like purple, blue, green kind of tones. Or at least something for her tail. It's turning out better than I thought. So yeah, I'm planning on making her quite colorful. But the only thing I am not sure of is what I will do with the background. Because yeah, it is just from a coloring page. So there was nothing in the background in the original of this piece. And I actually have like no clue what I want to do for like, yeah, background and stuff. Like I have like actually no flipping idea. So I need to go in search of ideas. So if you have any ideas, like what would be pretty in like here, I want to have something there, but I have like no idea what. And I'm not the greatest at drawing freehanded, so don't ask me to draw crazy stuff. Let's grab a bit more orange now. And I have just like for now, like I have an idea in my head like how I want to have it turn out in colors. But knowing me and knowing my skill with this, it probably will totally look different. In my head, everything is always looking better than it is. That is why I like diamond painting so much. It's, well, it most of the times just turns out as you want because, well, there's not much you can have up on it unless you don't follow the symbols. No, here I need to pay attention what I'm doing. I was almost coloring her arms. She can be colorful, but her arm still needs to be at least some sort of skin tone. And I'm not making her yellow. I was at first thinking of like a red, like a little bit like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Then I was like, nah. That was too obvious. So I thought like, you know what, I am just going to make her blonde-ish. Can't call this directly blonde, so let's see it blonde-ish. Check. Actually blends rather well. The only thing with like my paint not being the freshest, you can see the coloring in it. But oh, I forgot some part. More yellowish. That's the beauty when you look at the other side. You can see all of a sudden parts you skipped. So it's like all of a sudden like, oh wait, here's a part of hair that I haven't seen before. That is also need to be in that color, so yeah. And with not needing to pay too close attention to the edges, or at least not as long as you're in the same part of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. You can just go over over the lines, so let's see. Yeah. Sometimes I need to think like, where does this come from, goes to? Does the whole part need to be colored, or is it just one strand of hair randomly going somewhere? That's the only downside with mermaids. Because, well, you're underwater. Their hair flows like everywhere. How about you? Are you like a fan of mermaids? Because I'm sorry, I'm a little bit too focused. It can be that I'm like not chatty as I normally am. Or at least not as rambly. Because I'm still thinking of what I'm doing, so. If you have anything you want to know about this or this craft, or if you even like it and want to see more of it, please let me know. If you're all like, I want to see more, then obviously I am going to show you more. Because yeah, I'm here for my own, well, kind of like for my own joy. But I'm also here to entertain you a little, at least. So yeah, I'm not... In the end, I'm doing what I want, but I also want to show you something that you want. So would be great if it is something we both like. Yeah, this yellow actually should be more of a shine, but in my opinion it isn't shining. But hey, can't have everything. But I think she's turning out amazing. And here the part in her hair, well, on her face, like the, I don't know how you call it, but like a jewelry piece, and here in her hair. I outlined it with gold, but yeah, my color was a little bit old. So, and most of the times in these paints, there is another color, for another type of paint you use. I don't know how you call it, but it's basically like more like the type of paint you would use with like calligraphy and stuff like that. I don't know how to describe it otherwise, but at least like that's paint. Most of the times they have like a little bit of a kind of like a marble bowl inside, and I think that reacted over time with my paint. So the gold was more, in my opinion, like a bronze, like a fresh bronze kind of color. So yeah, it wasn't exactly as I expected, as you might imagine. But luckily I had, well, just so little of it that it isn't like deal breaker. It isn't something that actually needed to be that gold color. So it's fine that it is bronze, but yeah. That's the downside of working with old stuff. Yeah, most of my paints are... When did I start this? Cameo 15 years ago. So yeah, I haven't bought new paint in... Poof, ages feels like. So yeah, and as I said, the last time I did this was for my nephew. He's now already turning 8 this year, so it will be about 7.5 years that I have done this. So yeah. That's the downside of having too much crafts you love to do. Especially with little kids. They take up a lot of your time. And my daughter is one. She wants to be up all over me, and yeah, sometimes it's like a tiny tank. So yeah, I'm also not letting her near my diamond paintings, because knowing her, she also would want it, and yeah, then I am in trouble. Because she isn't the most patient with stuff if it isn't going her way. But hey, she's 2.5, can't have everything. She luckily is most of the times pretty patient. Lucky for me, at least. But yeah, she is now, well, trying to draw herself, but most of the times it's still squiggles. As to be expected in that age, but at least she likes it. We have a few coloring books. She loves those, so. Let's see. It goes there. I'm sorry. I was a little bit zoned out. Sorry. I almost forgot I was filming. I'm sorry. But yeah, sometimes you just forget what you're doing. Need to do that part. And yeah, little one was sick for a couple of days, so my brain is a little bit fried now. Because especially yesterday, he wasn't exactly wanting to sleep. So he was tired as can be, but refusing to sleep. And then at night he was like so tired, he fell asleep, didn't want to eat. So yeah, during the night he was like, "Mommy, I want my food," which meant that I could get up like, I don't know, 2-3 times. Yeah, I'm definitely not a night person, and I need my sleep, so not a good combination with little kids, as you might expect. Yeah, lucky for me at least, it isn't. Most of the times they aren't awake at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so friends of ours are like literally every day needing to wake up at, what was it, like 7 o'clock, because then their daughter is like awake, and if she's awake, she's awake. You'll know it, she's awake. So yeah, we are lucky, especially with our daughter. I had last week a day she actually didn't want to come out of bed. So yeah, I think that's kind of special for a kid of her age. But if it was up to her, I could just leave her in bed for like, I don't know, till like 10 o'clock in the morning, if not longer. She's now at the point where she just wants to stay in bed. Also in the afternoon, like she wants to be up and about, but at the same time, she doesn't. Which makes it quite confusing, because she's now like asking all the day like to go to bed, but as soon as you're upstairs with her to put her in bed, she's like, no, I don't wanna. Which makes me like, what do you want, kid? It's kind of annoying, but yeah, it's a kid, so I'm not going to fuss over it. If she screams her little head off because she doesn't, well, then I'm just going to take her back downstairs, because otherwise, if I do that, she wakes her brother up and or keeps him awake, and then I am having more issues. So let's see. Yeah, this is all I have. This is the front side. I think it turned out okay. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking then of making her some gold, well, probably more bronze, like this color here, scales down here, or probably till about here somewhere. Make that part like, I think a little bit more like the blue, purple, pink, and then the more tail part, I'll call it, I think more like a purple, blue, green, but I'm not sure about that. And then I want to do something here, and then, you know, also gonna do the background, but that will be probably more of a little bit of like a little bit more solid color, I want to say. So, and I'm also not completely sure if I leave her skin like this, well, paper white, or if I make her like a skin tone. But we'll see that as I go along. Let's just clean my brush before I forget that. And turn her over again. So as you saw in the front, it looks okay, and here I can just, well, scribble away. Drop my brush off. So, let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this? What do you think of the craft in general? Would you like me to see, would you like to see me do more? Seriously, I can't talk today. And are you also joining in Kel's hashtag anything mermaid along? And if you are, with what? Are you just doing one craft, or 2 or 3 or more? I'm curious about it. And if you haven't already, go over to Cal if you don't know the anything mermaid along and you want to join in. Go over to Cal's video about it. I'll try to remember to link it down in the description to see if you also want to join. In case you do, let me know. Well, yeah. Again, that's it for today. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. I hope to see you next time. Bye.